Hello and good morning to the SMU family at large, students, relatives, staff, and members of the board. SMU has simultaneously provided this graduating class with some of its most enjoyable and most difficult life experiences to date. However, I have sensed from my peers a certain trepidation at the prospect of university. I feel it too. I have come to the conclusion that we have it pretty good here, and that we'd all be much more comfortable with just maintaining the status quo. To this end, before I go any further, I would like to ask Ms. Roth and Mr. Snowden, on behalf of the class of 2010, that we all be allowed to stay at SMU for grade 13. There is a certain security in wearing uniforms every day, knowing what will be served for lunch at Brown Hall, having teachers with whom you can bargain an extension on that project, knowing that if you've misplaced your student card, you can always purchase a kimchi bowl from Mr. Cordell in the tuck shop or samosa at the Daily Grind. We will miss these things if you insist that we leave. In fact, I'm afraid it's possible we will be hopeless without them. You see, SMU is always evolving and changing along with the world around it, becoming ever more comfortable and accessible, much in the way Apple products are always improving. To think that when I started at this school, along with a handful of other lifers, there was no YouTube and no Facebook. Cell phones had fewer functions and were more the size of doorstops than the palm-sized multimedia entertainment systems we have now. To think that back then we had to watch TV in standard definition. To speculate about where this school will be in as many years from now is difficult. Perhaps by then, SMU's Board of Governors will have achieved the final stage of their master plan and steered the school into a transcendent state of perfection, codenamed simply Smutopia. Yes, I've managed to get a hold of the board's master plan. And while I probably shouldn't, I'm going to reveal some of its most interesting features to you all, right now. Miss Mertlin's job as uniform enforcer will have been rendered obsolete. Girls' kilts will never reach above the lower shin, and boys' shirts will never be untucked. SMU parents will have traded in all their vans and SUVs for a fleet of arguably less practical but environmentally conscientious Priuses and smart cars. Free the Children will still host a brilliant annual gala, but will have long since freed all the children. Oak Bay will have given up altogether trying to win that bronzed shoe. I apologize to the board for giving away its master plan. They were not expecting to officially launch it until next year, along with revealing plans for a SMU light rapid transit system between the junior and senior campuses. Although I was jesting about returning for grade 13, and many of us may even appear eager to leave SMU, it is very easy to take for granted all the privileges this school has provided us with. We must acknowledge how lucky we are to have spent time at such an amazing school. My intention is not to evoke Western guilt, but simply to reflect upon the inconceivable number of opportunities afforded us here, opportunities that will continue to be available for those coming up behind us and continue with each year to multiply. For any of us to say that we didn't get to do anything in high school, or that it was a terrible time, I think would be disingenuous. It has been one of the richest times of our lives thus far. In considering my farewell, I feel obligated to recognize some people essential to our collective success. Parents, I do not think we will truly be able to appreciate your sacrifices until we have children of our own, which I sincerely hope is not anytime soon. To our teachers, thank you for everything. You are the true proverbial wise people atop the mountain. Mr. Snowden, although we did not get to know each other during the 13 years I was at the school, I would like you to know that I will miss your colorful socks immensely. While there is much that we will miss, whether it's SMU for 1 year or for 13, we do all now have to move on to university and careers, to lives full of new challenges. As preeminent film critic and good friend of mine, Smithers Bingley, once said, "Life's not just about wearing turtlenecks. One has got to make a living, after all." Thank you.